Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another MLP Cast. I will be your caster, Michael Phoenix here, and thank you very much to eventsire or eventsire for putting that on Reddit for me to cast. Without further ado, let's get into the game. So on the Radiant side, we've got a Tiny, got an Abaddon, got a Luna, Monkey King, of course, and a Husker. Dire side, we've got a Nyx, Pudge, Vengeful Spirit, a Slark, and a PA. Now I've heard this is going to be a 3 kill per minute game, so I'm going to have to keep a pretty close eye on the action here. Everyone just going to their the standard rune spots, bounty runes, just waiting it out. Looks like it's going to be a Husker off lane. Tiny looks like it's going to be mid.
30 seconds to battle.
Monkey King, just hanging out in the tree. Looks like Abaddon's going to be supporting this lane and helping at the Luna. PA potentially going to be mid lane or off lane. Nyx more than likely off lane. Vengeful Spirit going for the ward. Early plant. Monkey King should have seen that, so it should be an easy D ward if they do wish to do so.
The battle begins.
Yeah, there's going to be no contention here, so everyone's just going to get the move. Just going to adjust the volume because it sounds like it's slightly loud. Alright, let's get this underway. So Pudge is going to be hanging out. He's going to look for those early kills. He's gone for the rot, so he's not going for the early hook. Pretty good decision. There's going to be a tri-lane top from the Dire. So Slark should be able to get some rather easy farm. Monkey King, as usual, just hanging out in the trees. Get that early XP. Safely, that is. No, never mind. He's already jumped in. There's a stun on Husker. They're going after the Pudge. He's on fire at the moment. Slark on the Husker. He's taking him down. Slark looks like he's in a bit of trouble here, but Husker's pretty low. Pudge comes in, gets the first blood with the rot. He should be able to rot away from this. He's on fire still. 7 HP, 3 HP, and he's died, so there's no rot there to suicide. So it's a trade there, and Slark, he goes back in. Bit of trouble here. Monkey King takes him down with the leap. And Vengeful Spirit just stuns a creep by the looks of it. That's fine. TP straight back in. Feeling looks pretty chilled out in the mid lane. We're just gonna go for that bit of farm and early experience. Top lane looks like where it's gonna be at. It's 2 against 3. Monkey King in the trees. Pudge might be able to spot him here. No, he's just gonna walk away. Gonna go for that 2-minute rune or even rotate to mid. VS spots the Monkey King. If they do end up cutting one of those trees down, he's gonna get stunned for quite a while. So it could be an easy kill if they manage to do that on the Monkey King. Abaddon, just a bit of harass. Luna's going to get some free farm in this lane, which is pretty good for her. Opted for that Luna Blessing, so the 14 bonus damage at the start. Pudge, pretty deep. Looks like he might go for a mid kill. He hasn't got the hook yet, so he's going to run around. No, he's decided to go on the uphill. It would help a lot if he had at least a level 1 hook so he could make something work, but he looks like he's just going to rotate back top. Luna at the moment leading the scoreboard in terms of last hits. VS in a bit of trouble here. Husker's on her. VS with those... Husker with those fire spears. Monkey King jumps in, and that's a dead Slark. It looks like a dead VS as well. Pudge, he's going to get the kill on the Monkey King, so it's 2 for 2 trade. This top lane looks like it's going to be pretty darn insane. They've got to be really careful about those fire spears because they do a hell of a lot of damage at the, especially at the early stages of the game. Tiny, down to about a quarter health. PA looks like he's been abusing the dagger on the Tiny. There it goes again. He has opted for the smart option, gone for the magic stick, just stack up those charges. Meanwhile, the top lane again. Pudge and Husker down. Monkey King in a bit of trouble. This should be a kill on the Monkey King. VS hasn't got the mana for a stun. And there's a leap into the trees. He's going to go for a blind leap, but he's still off for 5 seconds. Looks like he knows where Monkey King is. He's cutting... Oh, he doesn't know where he is. He's cutting down random trees, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to find him. Meanwhile, top lane still pretty calm. Abaddon gonna go for some harass. Looks like they're still trying to find the Monkey King at top. So they're just chopping down trees. He's just walked past it. No, he's missed it. Monkey King just having a bit of a laugh in the trees at the moment. He looks like he's gonna get away. They're still gonna try and chase him down. I'm surprised VS hasn't. Oh, she has just used a Wave of Terror, but unfortunately couldn't scout him out. Meanwhile, mid lane. Luna and PA leading the scoreboard in terms of last hits. So PA is getting a lot more last hits than Tiny at the moment. She's currently got 5 ahead of him, and there's the fire spears onto the Husker again. So it looks like they've gone on him. And the fire spear is just going to burn him down. Looks like he goes for a last hit with the burning boundless strike, but unfortunately it doesn't work out for him. Still, this off lane's working really, really well for the Radiant. Dire's not really able to handle this at all. Meanwhile, the bot is a stun and the rod from the Pudge. He's got the level 2 hook, gets it on her. Luna looks like she's in a deep, deep trouble, and just last hit by Nyx. That's them. So I don't think that the Pudge actually went for the hook. I believe she got stunned by the Nyx. Meanwhile, mid, PA, harassing Tiny again. Looks like there's going to be action at top again. Monkey King just harassing that Vengeful Spirit with that Jingu Mastery. It looks like PA actually took Tiny down at the mid, almost goes down herself. Meanwhile, Abaddon chasing this Pudge. There really is too many kills in this game. Luna comes in, uses the Lucent Beam, and they're not able to actually get the last hit on the Pudge, so he's actually able to suicide. That is really, really unfortunate. Might have been a bit of fog there, or might have been a bit of misclicking. So it looks like the top lane's the one to watch. Vengeful Spirit coming in for a gank. Husker kind of senses it, plus the creeps there's no creeps left for him, so he's going to back out. Meanwhile, Nyx in a bit of trouble. The slow from Abaddon. He has opted for that level 1 Curse of Avarnus. Looks like it's going to be an easy kill for the Luna here. Oh no, Abaddon takes the kill. Never mind, doesn't matter. Still, Nyx down. So it's going to be a bit of a gank. Vengeful Spirit, Slark, Husker, unknowingly standing there. Monkey King is in the trees at the moment. Pudge is here as well. Should be an easy kill on the Husker, but Monkey King leaps in. Looks like Vengeful Spirit takes a bit of damage, but Husker goes down. Balance strike, and they do manage to take both of them down. Vengeful Spirit, she's going to go down from the fire spears. Unfortunately, she's going to be the target of every gank. Meanwhile, Tiny, he's gone for the Slark. Beautiful stun on the Slark and gets him, and gets hooked in by the Pudge. He tosses him up, starts hitting on him. Tiny does have some massive damage at the start. 147 at level 7, 6 minutes in. Meanwhile, Husker back in, stacking up those burning strikes. Oh, Abaddon Luna. Abaddon looks like he's going to go down to the tower damage. No, he gets the beautiful shield off. Luna, she's going to chase him. She's got the Lucent Beam. The Fog of War. Nyx should be okay. Oh no, Luna spotted and just gets away. 30 HP, and oh, there's the stun, and she does manage to get the kill on the Nyx. Meanwhile, at top, looks like Husker goes down. It's going to be a dead Monkey King as well, so they do manage to get 2 kills on top. PA, she's rotated up. She's actually gone for a Hand of Midas as well, so she's looking to get that quick farm. It's not a bad timing. Haven't seen a Hand of Midas on a PA for a very long time. Tiny, looking for some easy kills. Slark sticks around, gets the stunned. Oh, he doesn't get the toss off. There's no mana. He uses his wand now and does have mana, but unfortunately didn't have it at the time. Meanwhile, bot, Nyx is chasing Luna. Abaddon's here to save her, just shields her up, gets her out of trouble. Husker stacking up those fire spears on Pudge. These do a hell of a lot of damage. There's 3 stacks so far. And he's changed his mind. He might be going for the Vengeful Spirit. No, he's going for the Pudge. Monkey King, he's going for the leap from the trees. Misses the leap. Boundless strike. Looks like he might be able to get a kill on the Vengeful Spirit. Poor Vengeful. She's going to cop this all game. There it is. And he's got the extra attack and lifesteal, so he could actually take out the Pudge. And looks like it's going to be a dead Pudge as well. You really can't underestimate that Jingu Mastery. It does add a lot of attack and a lot of lifesteal. PA, he's going for a farm mid. Luna, no mana, so she's going to stick around and farm. And Tiny comes in just for a bit of farm at the start. Wondering what item he's going to go for. Can't really tell. I would assume it'd be a quick blink. Meanwhile, at top, Monkey King, he's dived the Slark. He's in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Vengeful. She's a bit late. She's not going to be able to reach him in time. Just scouts him out a bit. But there's no assistance. Meanwhile at mid, they're ganking Tiny. There's the hook, and Pudge looks like he's going to take out Tiny. Pudge making some nice rotations. Monkey King in the trees, looks like he got away safely. Nyx invis with a double damage. Oh, misses the stun! And she gets away. If he did have that stun, it might have been a dead Luna. And Husker, he does quite a bit of damage, but he does get taken out. So it looks like it's another gank from the Slark and Vengeful Spirit. This is a pretty intense game, just non-stop kills. Pretty hard to keep track of the map. Pudge, he sees the Luna now. He might go for a hook. He's got to have some patience here. He's just got to wait for a rotate here at the back. No, he goes for the hook. Beautiful hook through the creeps, and that's an easy kill. That's a deserved kill on the Luna. That was a beautiful hook. Monkey King leaps in. Does he know Slark's around? Vengeful Spirit, beautiful stun, and that's a dead Monkey King. It looks like he may not have been aware. Meanwhile, Husker jumps onto the Vengeful Spirit, stacking up those fire spears. Slark trying to protect his friend. You gotta be careful with this Husker. He does use the ultimate, and unfortunately Husker does go down. There's a toss from the Tiny, so Tiny TP's in and takes care of business. This top lane is absolutely insane, just non-stop kills. That being said though, it is a safe lane for the Dire, so you do want to get some farm in. This Slark's getting absolutely nothing out of this lane, so it is good for the offlaners. Pudge, pretty big trouble here. Lucent Beam takes him down. Abaddon, he's not going to be able to reach the Nyx in time, but that is a great kill for the Luna. Pudge has been making some good rotations, but unfortunately he has been dying quite a lot as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
PA is leading net worth, but then it is followed by three Radiant heroes. So, and she does take out the mid, so that just adds a bit more. She's quite far ahead, 1.4k ahead. She does have the Midas, so that probably has something to do with it. Meanwhile, bot lane, hook from Pudge misses. Nyx gets a stun off. It looks like it's going to be a dead Luna and a dead Abaddon. But Monkey King's here, uses the ultimate. You got to be really careful with these. It is quite strong. Pudge, quite low health, and gets taken down by Monkey King ultimate. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit chucks out the stun. Looks like Nyx came in from the back lines, but Husker's here, uses the burning spears and the ultimate, gets him down. Vengeful Spirit coming here to back it up. In too deep now. Tiny misses the stun, tosses the creep in, unfortunately. Husker does have the ultimate, the life break. Doesn't look like he's in range to actually cast it on the Vengeful Spirit. Just out of the range. He should be up in range now. And gets tossed as well, so that was a life break and a toss from the Tiny. PA looks like she's trying to come help out, but unfortunately she jumped into a Luna and an Abaddon. She's run into a refresh room. She's going to be able to refresh all that lost health up. Tiny looks like he's quite aware of what's going on. Unfortunately, a bit too much distance. He still hasn't gotten that blink dagger as of yet. Husker in deep waters here. Pudge is walking up. Husker's a bit too slow. This is an easy hook for the Pudge. Oh, he barely misses. Nyx though, he's ultied up. He's invis. Beautiful crit from the PA, and that's an easily dead Husker. Nyx takes the kill. Tiny did chuck out the stun for good measure, but unfortunately it was a bit too late. Husker was dead no matter what. So we've got 4 a bot here. Tiny's going to stick around. They've got to be really careful. Whoever TPs in a bot basically is going to get hooked out if he's not too careful. Aggressive warding there. Monkey King. He's going to go for a leap in on the Slark. Start stacking up that Jingu Mastery. And then there's a quick leap away. There is a Boundless Strike. He's going to keep chasing under the tower. And now he's just going to back off. Meanwhile, there's a TP from Husker at bot. There's the leap onto the PA. Then gets basically dismembered up. PA is on him. And Tiny did come in to actually try and help out, but he gets killed too. So it's a double kill bot for the Dire. The life break onto the PA wasn't too bad, but unfortunately there was 4 heroes there. PA jumps back in on Abaddon. There's the ultimate from Abaddon. PA in a bit of trouble, gets swapped out from the Vengeful Spirit, quite short. Stun from Vengeful Spirit takes out the Abaddon as well. So Dire in a pretty big lead, I believe, at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, in terms of gold and XP, they're in a quite a big lead in comparison to the Radiant. Meanwhile, PA Luna, she's in too far. PA jumps in, and unfortunately, no lucky crits. I bet she's just talking to her team right there, just saying, "What the fuck? Where's my lucky crit?" And here's about 10 seconds worth of no killing, which is nice to catch a little breath. But it doesn't look like it's going to last too long. Tiny and Husker, they've jumped up top. Slark, is he going to stick around? This is pretty dangerous. If he gets life breaked, he's pretty much going to die. There's a stun and toss combo waiting as well. Monkey King's here for good measure. It looks like Pudge is roaming around. Monkey King should see this. There was a life break and the stun onto the Slark. He does ultimate away. Monkey King's here, leaps onto him. Pudge, meanwhile, dismembers the Husker. There's a boundless strike. Looks like Husker goes down from the Pudge, but Tiny, he's on his back. Vengeful Spirit stuns. Slark dies from the Monkey King. Pudge, he's sticking around. Oh, there's a beautiful swap from the Vengeful Spirit. Gets Pudge out of trouble. Monkey King leaps back in. Oh, stun toss combo from the on the PA. Hook onto the Monkey King. Tiny does go down. Monkey King actually takes out the Pudge. Now they're going to chase up the Monkey King. Vengeful. There's the dagger. Should be a quick leap, and this should be an easy kill. Looks like Vengeful Spirit actually took that kill from Wave of Terror. This top lane's cursed. Do not come to this top lane if you want to just farm and survive. And that's what Luna's doing, I think.
Death and good are linked.
Husker, he's right back though. He loves the action. He's gonna. He looked like he wanted to life break that PA.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nyx hasn't got much mana. He might go for the invis onto the Luna, but decides to just take that easy XP under the tower. Husker, he's surrounded. Slark, he's gonna look for a leap. I mean, sorry, the pounds.
What?
Just stacking those, stacking that essence shift. Life breaks onto the Pudge, trying to get away, but gets dismembered straight away. Balance strike from the PA. He actually managed to make the Pudge suicide. And here comes the PA onto the Monkey King. Tiny's here. Tiny, toss stun combo. PA's down. Slark, he's ultimated up. He's in a bit of trouble if he sticks around. Monkey King, he uses the ultimate. It's slightly late, but it's gonna do the job. It does indeed. I cannot believe he's actually survived. Is there going to be a wave of terror from VS? He probably could have killed him. He stuns up on Tiny. He actually does get it off. Stun toss combo from the Tiny. This could be an easily dead VS. And yeah, Tiny is moving way too fast. So if he decides to go for it, he does have the toss. There it is. Beautiful toss by the creep. On the creep, sorry. And that's a dead VS. She did stick around a bit too long. She could have just waved the turret and probably killed the Monkey King from a large distance, but she decided to try and go for the quick stun and walk away, and she stuck around too long, which meant she died as well. Slark, he's going to go for that quick Shadow Blade. It's a pounce onto the Husker. This is probably the worst target you can pounce onto, because Husker, when he's on low health, that's when he's the happiest. He stacks those fire spears and gets a quick kill. Slark, he really can't underestimate that. Meanwhile, PA, he's gone on the Luna. Luna did use ultimate. Boundless strike from the Monkey King. Abaddon stampede in as well. There's the jump in. Monkey King misses that. Looks like a dead PA at this point. She's hiding. She's hiding in the trees. The creeps are unfortunately following her, so she can't hide. There's an easy kill for the Luna. She's got that Dragonlance now as well as the Morbid Mask, so she's farming pretty well. Pudge in pretty deep. Looks like Tiny's actually opting for the Shadow Blade Echo Saber at this point, so that's pretty decent. That's a pretty good way of initiating, and with the Echo Saber, he's going to be able to land 2 hits pretty quickly. Monkey King right on top of the Vengeful Spirit. He's really deep right now. There's a beautiful hook from the Pudge and the stun from the VS. There's the shield from the Abaddon. Locks up the Monkey King a bit. Nyx takes out the Monkey King before he causes any more trouble. Tiny's in. Stun, toss, combo. Vengeful Spirit down. Nyx, pretty low health. Tiny has got a toss pretty soon. Won't be able to kill Nyx with it, but he could go for a bit of harass. Meanwhile, top lane, Slark in his ultimate form. Husker, he goes for the light break turnaround. That's the right decision. He gets the fire spear stacked up. Does quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, the health regen from Slark's ultimate is gonna allow him to live. But I mean, he didn't really have any option. He wasn't gonna get away with the PA sticking around there as well. So, and she's actually got the Echo Saber now. So I mean, she's gonna hope that one of the 2 hits that comes out is a crit. Potentially both. Now Pudge. Tiny. He does use the Shadow Amulet, so he is actually invis at the moment. Pudge looks like he's just waiting around. He's not aware of what's going on. Vengeful Spirit, she does have Sentry wards if they do have any idea that he's around. Monkey King goes for the jump in. Quick kill on VS they're looking for. Toss stun combo. There goes the Vengeful Spirit. And a Boundless Strike onto the Pudge, so Pudge was in a bit of danger but gets away. Doesn't look like she used that Sentry ward. So they weren't aware that Tiny was just sitting there with a Shadow Amulet, just chilling out, waiting for the right time. Looks like they're going to go for this tier 1. They have got Husker here as well, so it's pretty hard to do a team fight here. Pudge does choose to hook in and dismember, but this could be a very, very dead Pudge. There's the ultimate from the Luna. And the stun. Pudge, pretty low health. Doesn't look like he's got a chance. Yeah, he's going to go down. There's the urn for good measure and a toss from Tiny. And of all people, Husker gets the kill with the urn.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Abaddon got some sentries of his own. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're going on for the jump onto the Slark. Slark goes down like a sack of potatoes. Unfortunately, looks like Tiny's going for Shadow Amulet style kills. He's just sticking around in Invis, just chilling out and just waiting, and he's doing it again. This is pretty genius actually, because they're never going to know when someone just walks past, he can pretty much just use his shadow combo and just kill them. Looks like they're going to go for a very, very quick Rax here, and I can't blame them because it looks like they've shifted the golden XP lead in their way. Yeah, they just have. In terms of team fight potential though, they're quite far ahead. PA just sticking around mid. She's got the Vanguard as well now.
Is under attack.
Looks like she's just gonna try and push the mid lane a bit, and Luna goes in there to take care of business. And here's the invis again from Tiny. Courier's on the way. He's got the Shadow Blade and a recipe for a Silver Edge, so he's gonna go straight for the Silver Edge as well. Jump in from the Monkey King. There's the life break from the Husker and the Tiny, and they do manage to kill the Vengeful Spirit. This poor Vengeful Spirit. There's a bounty strike on the Slark. Nyx. He's used his ultimate, he's invis. He looks like he's going to go on the Husker, just scouting out what's at the bottom there. Goes on the Monkey King, stun. Pretty big damage and a pounce from the Slark, and a life break from the Husker. Hooks in the Tiny. Shadow Bladed away. So 2 for 1 on the bot lane for the Radiant side.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
PA taking quick care of that tier 1. Nyx does actually have an Aghanim, so she's rushed the Aghanim Scepter. That's a pretty quick Aghanim. Not sure about the choicing of items here, but I mean, I suppose in these kind of instances where you're going to be defending a lot now, it's probably going to be pretty useful because they're not going to be able to take him down very easily whatsoever.
Invisibility.
PA going for that the Blightstone now, so she's going to rush a Disso now.
What have we here?
Pretty standard items. She's going on the backlines to Luna. Meanwhile though, Luna does actually have the ultimate and uses it, so the Lucent Beams might take it down. Let's hope she evades. He doesn't actually manage to get the Lucent Beam onto the PA. He actually gets a creep, so didn't get the kill on the PA. PA blocks the hook, Slark pounces in. Monkey King's here as well. He's going to jump in. And Luna actually managing to survive here. Dismember from the Pudge actually gets a kill on Monkey King, and Nyx takes out the Monkey King, so... Meanwhile, Tiny, Invis here, should be able to take out at least Vengeful Spirit. No, he goes for the Slark. Good choice, and a life break from the Husker. Nyx jumps in, just burrows down. There's the stun, and there's the hook from the Pudge. That is pure damage. There's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit goes down to the back line. Are they going to go for this Tiny? There's the Rot. There's the Dismember and the stun from the Nyx. Nyx doesn't look like he's going to jump out, and there's the kill, and Nyx actually managed to get the kill. It has a ridiculously short cooldown when it's barrowed for the impale, so she's able to pretty much just keep stunning if it just sits there. Abaddon, I haven't seen too much of Abaddon this game apart from the bot lane. He's just chilling out, just farming. Looks like he's going for an Aghanim Scepter as well. The Radiant, if they do want to, they can go for a pretty quick racks at this point. I mean, they're pretty much dominating every single team fight. There's a dagger from the PA. Don't know if she wants to go on him. Luna has a Manta Style now as well, so she's just gonna sit there and just keep hitting. And those bounces from the Moonglaves, it's kind of ridiculous. It makes it really easy to take down both those racks after you've got the tier 3 out of the way. Slark has got the Shadow Blade, jumps onto the Luna. Quite a bit of damage. Luna doesn't have the ultimate either. There's the ultimate, Tiny. He's going to use the Shadow combo and the Lucent Beam, so Slark had no chance. He actually died mid-air. This Tiny's making some absolutely perfect rotations. He's always on point. He's pretty much always TPing in when he needs to be there. And he's saving teammates, left and right. Luna barely gets away with his life, and she's just gonna basically use the lifesteal to heal up the creeps from the creeps. Husker, tier 1 denied by Pudge. However, if he wants to go after the Pudge, he can. Probably thinks he TP'd away. Pudge goes for the hook. He's gonna dismember. Doesn't have much coming his way except the Nyx. Oh, Pudge actually managed to take him out, and he did have the blade mail, so he waited for the, after dismember, he used it straight away, so when he got life breaked, Husker copped pretty much all that damage as well, so it was an easy kill for Pudge. Pretty smart decisioning here, considering they're continuously getting jumped on, and they're not really the aggressors in this game at this point. It's a good decision to go for the blade mail. PA. Beautiful Manta, just dodges the dagger, and will use those illusions to take a bit of tower damage down. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit in a bit of aggressive positioning. She uses a smoke, not going to help when they're that close, and Monkey King's there as well. Pudge goes down, uses the blade mail, so he gets a bit of damage off on them, but I mean, it's not going to do too much. PA. Baton does have his ulti, so he will be fine. Looks like she just tried to trigger it. Monkey King does also have a Shadow Blade, so a gem or sentries are in order. Monkey King just hanging about. They're still going for the PA. There's the ultimate. Monkey King gets taken down quickly. Tiny comes in for the combo, takes him out. Nyx, he's around as well. Husker jumps onto the Slark, gets away. Stun from Nyx onto the Tiny. Looks like Slark's gonna be fine. Nyx might be in a bit of trouble. There's a toss, misses the stun, the Carapace, and then just burrows away. The problem is that they can still hit you, and considering there's a sentry there, they're gonna have no problems. So he goes down.
You made your bedrock, now die.
The Dota appears to be playing some pretty aggressive style Dota, considering they're at the back, they're behind here. There's a stun on Husker. Pudge looking for that dismember. There's the dismember. VS gonna come in pretty close again. Husker does appear to be trying to fight, get taken down. Tiny does take out the VS. Now he's in trouble. Gets away with the Shadow Blade. So as I was saying, yeah, it looks like Dire's playing pretty aggressive Dota, considering they're actually, like, appears to be quite behind, especially in the team fights. They probably should just lay back and farm a bit. Let the PA and Slark get more items up to be able to take out these Radiant heroes. But unfortunately, they're really getting taken out, especially with all these Shadow Blades. Just no issue. They just run in all invis, take out one or two heroes, and then the team fight's basically won. Bit of farming from the Pudge using the hook. Tiny has got the Shadow Blade up, and he's just probably got enough mana. He does have enough mana just to get off the combo, the stun toss combo, and Husker does TP in as well. Meanwhile, bot lane,
Haste!
Slark doing a bit of investigating with his invis. Meanwhile, Monkey King looks like he wants to jump in on the PA. There's the jump, beautiful jump, and a Lucent Beam. They're onto the PA now. There's the Balance Strike. Meanwhile, Slark at the back lines. PA, oh, there's the ultimate from the Luna, and the ulti from the Monkey King. Slark, he did use his ulti, so he's dead now as well. Pudge, he's running back in, even though pretty much all his teammates are dead except for VS. VS chucks a stun, but this should be at least one of them dead. No, it looks like she's gonna actually get away. She does have the Glimmer Cape. Pudge, he's just hanging around there, letting about him, giving him a few smacks. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit just hiding in the trees, uses the Glimmer Cape again. Meanwhile, life break from the Husker. Stun, Lucent Beam. Should be one dead VS. Swaps away, actually puts the Nyx in trouble. He doesn't have the Vendetta at the moment, but he can burrow if he wishes to. Looks like Husker did actually get the kill on the Vengeful Spirit. Meanwhile, hooks the Luna from the Pudge. Husker just going for that tier 2 tower. He's got the heal up. Pudge doesn't like what he's seeing. He's got a hook available. It's a straight hook. Does hook him. There's this member, there's the mana break, and the stun from the Nyx. This should be a dead Husker, and it is. Tiny, he's gone onto the Slark. Stun toss combo, that was way too much for the Slark. He just gets taken out too fast. And Pudge looks like he's going to go for a hook. Oh, it's just a miss from the Pudge, but no matter. Oh, no, unfortunately, he does have the Shadow Blade available. If he did get the hook off, he might have been able to dismember in time. They still know the Tiny's around because he just stole the bounty room. But they don't have any detection, which is going to be a problem. Looks like Nyx is just going to keep following this Tiny.
Bounty.
He does see him now, but just decides to let him go. He's not going to be able to take him out himself. Especially with that craggy exterior as well. If you do get stunned on that hit, that's going to be really unfortunate. It's probably going to be a death. Abaddon still going for that Aghanims. Meanwhile, Luna, no new items at this point, got 3.6k.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's going to be interesting to see what the PA goes for next. Hopefully BKB for her sake. Just for the Luna ult and the tiny stun toss combo. It's making it really hard for any of the Dota to find any farm because their jungle's taken over. Or it's pretty dangerous territory. Radiant going for the Roche. Husker in a bit of trouble here. PA could dagger. Do they know they're at Roche Pit? Looks like Husker's making it slightly obvious. They're going to go for a team fight. There's a hook in by the Husker. And PA, Luna does show herself and Abaddon now shows himself. So they do know they were in Roche. That wasn't the best move, Abaddon. Luna used the ultimate, but there's the blade mail from the Pudge. And Pudge actually takes the Luna out and the Abaddon. And they're going to get a free Roche. Tiny, he's there. And the ultimate from the Monkey King. Tiny, he's making some action here. Unfortunately, he does take out the two of the heroes. Tiny chases the VS, takes her out as well. Now he's stunned. Beautiful play from Nyx. Nyx takes him out and he burrows. So Monkey King's not going to have much luck there. Slark, Shadow Blade coming in. Monkey King in a bit of trouble, but he has his own Shadow Blade, so there's no issues there. He's going to get away just fine. That Abaddon kind of walked out and showed himself, and I think he was just trying to divert them. Never mind, we've got another fight in mid. Slark, he could pounce, doesn't seem to see the Monkey King. And MK seems to get away. TP in from the Husker. So if they are sticking around, Husker's going to make some action happen. He has gotten that armlet and that Vladimir's offering.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Nyx borrowed. He can make the stun from this point. Does get the mana strike and the stun. There's the pounce and the Slark. He's used the ultimate. Smart decisioning. Does get life break before that. And the Nyx with the ultimate does do a lot of damage. And decides to burrow right there, just in case there's any straggling heroes walking past.
Tower is under attack.
So as I was saying, Abaddon probably shouldn't have walked out and showed himself. I mean, they were just about to kill Roche. It looks like he was trying to divert the attention away from himself, or away from the Roche pit. But when he got down to that much low health, I mean, he didn't have much of a chance. Not enough time created, not enough space. PA gone for the basher, so she hasn't opted for BKB. She's going for pure aggressive team fighting. Vengeful, got the 4-staff now, just a good support item, just to get his buddies out of trouble. Slark gonna go on the Luna, Shadow Bladed up. There's the Vengeful as well, and he's onto the Luna. There's the Manta. Slark's losing a lot of health. Uses his ultimate. And Vengeful Spirit's in trouble now, and PA is in. Tiny from the back lines chucks a stun. He's got his Aghanim Scepter now, so he's doing a lot of cleave damage. He's getting dismembered. He's doing a lot of damage. Looks like he might go down, and there it is. Slark comes in from the back. Pudge barely gets away. He's still got the rod on, so he's still doing damage to himself. Abaddon, ultimate. Monkey King's in the back lines, uses the Boundless Strike. Husker's there as well. Husker. He's got 5 seconds till his life break. Monkey King does see and jump onto the Slark. This is a dead Slark with the Jingu Mastery as well, so there's no chance there. No, Nyx is invis. They can't see him, but Nyx sees them. He actually goes for the hit and the stun. Bit of a risky play considering he could get life breaked at this point, but Husker not in range. So Tiny did go down. Did actually have the Aghanim Scepter, which does combo really well with the Echo Saber, because you do get 2 quick hits. As well as the Silver Edge. You get massive damage right at the start, especially if they're grouped up like that. But unfortunately, he did get dismembered, so he really couldn't get those hits off.
Dire's middle tower.
I'm gonna go for this tier 3 now at mid. Abaddon seems to be just out of the action, just chilling out. Looks like his HP is way too low. Nyx gonna come in from the back lines. Does have a Dagon 3 now. Goes for the stun. Where's the Dagon? He actually can Dagon and kill him, and opts not to. Uses the Carapace, stuns the Husker. There's the Vengeful Spirit. Hook from Pudge barely misses. Hard to see when the Monkey King's invis. Interestingly enough, Nyx didn't go for the Dagon. He actually could have taken out the Monkey King pretty easily at that point. PA gonna run into Husker. Bit dangerous for the PA, I think, because there is a couple heroes around. Husker, he does use life break and gets crit for 1,000 damage. Abaddon opts not to go for that kill. He does have the gem, so he doesn't want to lose that. It's pretty damn good, especially in a game where you've got so many invisible heroes. You're gonna need that every team fight. And Husker's not happy. That was pretty darn lucky, but I mean, it was going to happen eventually, so it wasn't the best fight for the Husker, I suppose. Tiny takes out the sentry. Pudge did see it though, so Pudge should back off. He hasn't got any teammates around. They're all hanging around the Dire Secret Shop. Pudge opts to stay around a bit too long. Abaddon's there. Goes for the hook on the Abaddon. Abaddon does have his ultimate. Tiny comes in. Beautiful stun. There's the blade mail. Tosses into Pudge. Gets dismembered. Luna on the back lines using his ultimate. Still going. Luna's in a bit of trouble now because the PA is doing quite a bit of damage. They actually managed to take out 2. So Abaddon and Luna did go down. That wasn't such a bad trade for the Dire. Monkey King hanging around the mid. PA, he does have the dagger and the hook. Unfortunately, he did jump in on the Monkey King but gets hooked out from the Pudge. So Pudge, a bit of a greedy hook there. Probably should have just waited it out. Monkey King, he's back, just chilling out in Viz. Looks like Husker wants some more action. He does have the Dragon Lance now, so he can stand a bit further back. Goes for the life break on the Pudge, but he did have his blade mail. Monkey King jumps in, and this is going to be one dead Monkey King as well. So Pudge is making some really good timings with that blade mail. Every time he gets life break, he seems to have it on. Just beautiful. It's just dealing all that damage right back to the Husker. Tiny, the main man, looking for some action here. Just opts to walk back. Few too many heroes around. PA's a pretty bad target. I mean, if she does manage to get that crit onto you, you're probably going to die. Tiny's pretty good against the PA though. I mean, he does have a combo that does a hell of a lot of damage. And the Craigie exterior, so if PA does, opt to fight one-on-one with the Tiny, it could end very badly because of those stuns from the Tiny. And sometimes that Craigie exterior just continuously stuns you. Like, it feels absolutely ridiculous. Slark doesn't have really too much development with his items at the moment, so he's not making the best item progression.
A tribute to my house.
As you can see, looks like the XP in gold graph sitting around 5,000 in Radiant's favor. So it's been hanging around there for quite a while now. Luna now is on top of the net worth. It was PA before. This Nyx is going for a hell of a lot of kills. Goes in for the scout in the jungle. Doesn't find anybody. They're not opting to use a scan. This is one big hitting Tiny. 428 damage each physical attack. You add that up with the Silver Edge and that Echo Saber, that's practically doing about 1,000 damage as soon as he hits you. Nyx in the middle of everything here, so scouting everything out that's going on. He can see all the heroes. Pudge looks like he's going to go for a hook. It is actually a Slark and an Abaddon that initiate. Hook out. Monkey King's out of the scene at this point. Meanwhile, Nyx burrows in a bit of trouble. Luna taking on one hero. Abaddon does manage to take it out with Luna. Pudge walks into the Lucent Beams from Luna, and they do manage to take 4 heroes out at this point. Tiny actually takes the Slark out, and they can see the Nyx Assassin burrowed there. Jump in from the Monkey King, does miss. Boundless Strike though gets him, and the Tiny is there as well. You're not going to get away from that. I mean, Tiny just does way too much damage, and his spells are quite low cooldown, so he can get at least a toss off to chase that Nyx. At this point, we've got 3 buybacks, but I mean 5 are down, so they're going to have to expend at least those 3 to be able to defend. Slark, first one to do it. They definitely need a buyback, unless they're assuming that they're not going to go for that bot racks. There's those glaives doing ridiculous damage. Just keep stacking those up. Pudge already calling GG well. Tiny already calling GG well played. PA goes in, life break from the Husker. All those misses though. Is there a crit? There's a dismember. Unfortunately, PA taking way too much damage. He does manage to take the Husker down, but Pudge now in trouble. He's got the Blade Mail, but does get taken down from the Tiny. Ultimate from the Monkey King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh my goodness. So it looked like Tiny did most of the damage there, but Luna does manage to get the double kill. But Tiny's cleave looks like combined with the Echo Saber just dealt massive damage to them as they were stacked like that, and Luna does manage to take him down. And this is going to be GG well played for the Radiant side, so they do manage to take the game out.
Radiant victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and listening to the cast. Any feedback, negative or positive, is definitely appreciated. Thank you very much, and until next time.